Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for March 5th, 2019. Today we're taking a look at the USDJPY, the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Starting here on the daily time frame, not too hard to see over the past couple of months, we have been in an uptrend. The blue trend line on the right hand side, the pattern within that trend kind of highlighted with the black boxes there where it went into congestion, rising, congestion, rising, congestion, rising, or ranging, if you will, whatever you want to call it. It's been bound within these boxes for a period of time and then broke out and went higher. So we have an uptrend. And that mentality, that philosophy, we are doing the same thing. We've gone up and now we're just kind of stalled out waiting for the next move. We are at the highest high of the trend, and it's often, I think, difficult to buy something at the highest high of the trend. It doesn't matter what you're buying. You want it to be on sale. You want it to be at a lower price. So it's often difficult to buy at the highest high. And I think there is potential that we could see this make a little bit of a dip further, but again, we have to go with what the market is telling us, and so far it's not turning around and going back down into support. We'll look at that in a zoom in fashion here in a moment. Look back to the left real quick. The blue circle above the blue zone, inside the blue circle above the blue zone was support. The purple zone, somewhat of a period of support and resistance or congestion, and then the yellow zone resistance. And I think that's kind of what we're looking at as our targeting areas. Above the blue zone, the purple and the yellow zone become our next levels higher. And really right here, and let me just squeeze this out and bring it down right about right here where I just put that longer blue oval. We also see support into that yellow zone. So that support giving us a good clue that that area 112.55.75 might become our next target of resistance. So I just wanted to see that historical information. We could talk a bit more about that in the live trade room later on today. Let's go ahead and zoom it in a little bit. There it is. I think it's easier to see now what I mean by we're at the highest high. That's a little bit difficult. I don't think it'd be too out of character for it to make a dip back down to the green zone. I hope it doesn't, but it could. The 100 period moving average sitting there gives me that clue, 111.40. It doesn't have to, but that's something we need to take into consideration when we're assessing our risk. Right now, we're above the blue zone. And so above the blue zone, 111.70.85, we would look for it to go higher. Purple zone, which we already looked at, is our next area, 112.10.25 higher. So it's pretty close, when we're looking for targets, that's pretty close. And then, of course, as we mentioned, the yellow zone, way up here into 112.55.75 becomes the next targeted area. So those are a couple of the areas to look for. Right now we're above the blue zone, and again, as long as it's above the blue zone, we don't want it to get under the blue zone. So if you decide to dive into a long here, your stop loss isn't going to go very far. You don't want it too far underneath this blue shaded area if you decide to go long here on the US yen. Targeting, again, the purple zone or higher. 4-hour time frame. This is really the reasoning behind this, and we spoke about this during the trade room yesterday. Really shouldn't be a surprise if you were in the trade room yesterday. That as long as it stayed above here, we were looking for the buyers to come back in, drive it back to the purple zone, and again, the yellow zone up there is the next level. We don't want it to get under the blue zone, so stop loss would be under the blue zone. Target below there, of course, it would target back to the green zone. We wanted to get above the purple zone and go up in the direction of the trend. That's really what we're looking for. So any buys are really just dips or touches of the blue zone, targets higher levels. The risk is underneath it. And really, the risk is fairly minimal. Even if you buy at the top of the blue zone and go just below this low, let's say 25, 30 pips, I mean, we're not looking very big on the stop loss. Really, if it gets underneath that blue zone, again, I think it's going to go back down here to the green zone. So I don't think we want to put our stop loss that big. I think we want a minimal stop loss, 25, 30 pips, if we buy the blue zone. Target the purple zone, yellow zone on the way up. Break of the blue zone will likely go lower. The reason I'm focused in on this really is what we see going on the US dollar index. And we could talk, again, more about that in the trade room later on today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.